Hey, welcome to our first video of 2024. It is a whole new year, and in this market update video, I'm going to talk half about last year, kind of close things out now that we have our December statistics, but then I'm also going to talk about what I expect to happen in 2024 going forward. So we'll dig right into it. In the Tri-County area, the actives and pendings and solds have all dropped from November to December. It's totally normal for this season. I expect we'll see those to start their uptick in later this month, maybe early February. The list to sale ratio held stable at 97%, so that's good news. However, it did take longer to sell. Days on market was up to 40 days for December. The median price increased 0.5% from November to December. That is, we're going to call that flat. That's pretty minimal. Months of inventory is down 23.1%, but that is after a big increase in November. So partially balancing itself out, and partially that's a lot of sellers taking their homes off the market for the holidays. I expect they will start to come back to the market bit by bit over the next 60 days. So let's dig into a year ago. So the Tri-County area year over year stats. The number of for sale homes are down 25.7%. The number of sold homes down 14.7%. But pendings are actually up 8.3% year over year. Part of that could have been seeing homes go pending multiple times before selling. Goes into contract, falls through, goes into contract again, falls through, and then finally sells. So a big difference in the list to sold price ratio over the last year. So December of 2022, homes were selling at 93% of their list price. That was a pretty volatile year. A lot of things were changing, but it is up 4.3% from 2022. So that's great. That just means buyers and sellers are being more realistic about what fair market value is in the current market. Sellers are pricing appropriately. Buyers are making reasonable offers on available inventory. Days on market also improved. It went down to 40 days from 48 days. That's good news. The median sold price is up 8.2% since December of 22. So that is it's a pretty big jump. I expect the seasonal price fluctuation, the overall home values this year to be more stable, and I'm expecting we'll see probably more in the 4 to 6% appreciation, probably not 8+%. Inventories are still very low. It's currently only at 1.7 months of inventory. That's 15% lower than it was a year ago. So if you're having a tough time finding a listing or finding inventory on the market, that is why we're just really low on inventory. Placer County, the number of homes for sale. Now this is back to monthly stats, November to December for Placer County. For sale and pendants are down from November, but the number of sold homes increased. It was less than 1%, so we'll call that flat. The list to sale ratio held stable in Placer County month over month at 96%. The days on market actually jumped up from 35 days in November to 45 days to sell in December. The median sales price saw a seasonal decline of 3.9% month over month. Totally normal. We did have a couple months in Placer County that were a little bit more volatile. So we had some big ups, some big downs over the last 4 or 5 months. But I would say overall the trend, when you average all that out, has been fairly flat. We'll say stable. Inventory is down 17.2% from November to December. Again, that's folks taking their homes off the market for the holiday season. Now, let's talk about year over year in Placer County. So a little less change than we saw in the Tri-County area, but homes for sale down 26.7%. Again, if it feels hard to find some inventory out there, that's why. Sold homes down 8.1%. Pendants were up 5.3% over last year. Days on market improved 11.8%. That's down to 45 days. Homes are selling at 96% of their list price here in Placer County. That is a 3.2% increase over December of last year. So again, good news. We're seeing more stability and more realistic expectations from buyers and sellers. The median sales price increased only 2.1% year over year in Placer County. Months of inventory also down 17.1% from last year. So overall, the theme was slightly positive in a lot of ways, but our inventory is just really tight. So that's the wrap up for our housing stats. Let's talk about where we may go this year. A couple things I want to say right out the gate. Be careful what you see and what you share on social media. Not everyone is an expert, and people like to be optimistic. That being said, projections and predictions are fun, but no one has a crystal ball. Nobody knows for sure, and things can change overnight. So in general, this is what we're looking at, but it could change. So the first Fed funds rate drop could be in March. They have given indications that they may do that. A couple industry experts are saying that it is going to happen in March and we'll see a 25 basis point drop. I'm still 50-50 on that. I think some of our economic reports have come out and they've been a little bit stronger than expected, which may delay the Fed's first rate drop this year. Some other reports have come out and said the Fed is going to drop rates by 6 times this year. I would be very cautious believing that. So far, to my knowledge, the Fed has only indicated that they're going to do 3 rate cuts this year, given our current information. Again, that could change. If they see some things that indicate the economy has slowed down enough and they can do some more rate cuts, we may see that later in the year. So again, be careful what you see on social media, be careful what you share. Let's talk mortgage rates. Now that we've talked about the Fed funds rate. Mortgage rates, those have been dropping. They've kind of stabilized right now in the mid 6s. I don't expect that we'll see mortgage rates getting into the 3s or the 4s this year. We could be stabilized and we could see consistent mortgage rates in the mid 5s by the end of the year. I don't know, but I think that could be a reasonable expectation. As rates drop, we're going to see more sellers get into the market and we're going to see more buyers get into the market. There's a lot of both on the sidelines, and I think they're waiting to make a transaction, make a move. And that being said, I don't think we're going to see the market swing noticeably one way or the other. I don't think we're going to see a heavy seller's market or a heavy buyer's market. I think we're going to see a mostly stable market between buyers and sellers throughout this year. That being said, if you're thinking about making a move, get your numbers in line, get qualified, figure out how that's going to impact your financials, and just wait for the right time. Let's see. Overall, I don't think we're going to see much volatility this year, or as much as we have seen in past years. I think we're going to see some stability in the housing market. Do I think it's going to be a great year for housing? No. But I do think it's going to be a good year, and good is good enough after the craziness we've seen for a few years. So let's talk about those projections. So again, this is fun. I don't know anything for sure. I do expect the commercial and the auto industries are still going to have another rough 12 months, maybe out 18 months, hard to say, but those two are going to be pretty rough. It's an election year, so I expect that the current administration is probably going to try really hard to give us some positive financial news in the hopes of getting re-election. We'll see how that goes, and at this point, anything could happen. I'm going to throw one last prediction out there. This is purely speculation on my part, but little things that I'm seeing. I think the electric vehicle sector is going to be one of the losers for 2024. That's just kind of a feeling I have based on some things that I'm seeing. But again, I don't know for sure. Anything could change. So hope everyone has a great year. This is our first market update, and we'll be back next year. We'll keep you in the loop on the real estate market and where things are going throughout this year. And if you'd like your own one-on-one consultation to buy or sell, I'd be glad to set that up with you. Reach out to me directly. So thanks again.